Bro, when Walter takes his tweet out, tweet out data, bro, I guess I'm not.
I'm tweeting it out. So,
okay, the October PPI was 0.6% versus the 5% previous. Okay, that's why the market looks good.
there we go.
No, it's not bad, but it's decent. Okay, so now we got Jerome at 9 a.m. that he's going to ruin pretty much all the setups that we see.
Yep.
Assuming he talks. I didn't see him talk.
Medicus, Robotics celebrates $1.2 trillion buy president.
How much you want to bet that Apple comes out with some type of news on their Apple car so that they can get a piece of this Apple love or this EV love that's happening right now?
6 to 11.
Okay, I think this is where he's talking. Conference on Diversity and Inclusion in Economics, Finance, and Central Banking. But this is not like a press conference of Powell. It's just like a conference.
Real quick, everybody, QUBT. Quantum computing shares are selected by BMW Group and Amazon Web Services finalist in Quantum Computing Challenge. Finalists, not they haven't got it, but they're finalists. So I mean that's something to speculate on and investing or trading accordingly.
If AMD dips to the 150s at the open, that's gonna be really good. Because the 160s are gonna go stupid.
All right. Let's see here.
HLBZ outbids fleet of electric vehicles to be available on the Tag and Instant Mobility app by Cicero. That's
all right. Good morning, everybody. Oh shit! I had it so only subscribers could talk. All right. There you go. You guys can type if you're on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and share this really quickly.
MCB, Modern Treasury, and Metropolitan Commercial Bank partner to provide automated payment operations to entrepreneurial companies. That's Michael Charlie Bravo, MCB.
That guy might be the best at acronyms.
Types and Sales just printed 3,600 share buy above the ask for AMD. On the contract, you don't see how on my radar screen it says ask and bid?
CACI winning 7.
Depending on the spread. Yeah, it updates right when market opens. It's constantly updating. That's all I really care about. I mean, I don't see why you would need that change or any of that. You just want to know the bid and the ask.
Alrighty, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and get started with our morning news. Economic. We're gonna start that after Charlie stops interrupting me. Charlie, damn it! Charlie was hacking his lungs out this morning. All right, so the S&P and Nasdaq futures were marginally up, supported by the $1 trillion U.S. infrastructure bill. With investors awaiting the data that just came out, I haven't actually looked at SPY yet. So far, we have moved up, we have popped up, but we've broken no high, broken no range. Still well within our range, but so we are waiting to see now the investor reaction to inflation data for cues on the direction of interest rates. The European shares are trading near record highs with strong corporate results aiding sentiment. Japan's market ended lower, hurt by a stronger yen and discouraging earnings. The dollar edged lower against major peers. Oil prices rose as the U.S. lifting travel restrictions and more signs of global post-pandemic recovery lifted demand outlook. Gold prices were little changed. Top headlines here. We have GE to split into 3 companies. Yep. So GE is planning to split into 3 public companies, sending the shares of the U.S. conglomerate up before the bell. I think GE was pulling back, now sitting at about 50% of the pop, around 114. 70. So that is a future catalyst, and I'm interested to see how that plays out. China, the developer Kasai pleads for help as the Fed warns of risk. Kasai Group needs help to pay investors, workers, suppliers, and the developer told in a meeting a Chinese government think tank, banks, and property firms, according to the source with direct knowledge of the matter. Boeing U.S. Workers vaccine exemption requests top 11,000 sources. The number of Boeing employees seeking vaccine exemption on religious or medical grounds has reached more than 11,000, more than 9% of its U.S. workforce. The level is many times higher than executives initially estimated. People familiar with the matter told Reuters. Dr. Horton profits jump as housing shortage fuel price surge. The home builder Dr. Horton posted about 45% rise in quarterly profits, benefiting from a record high property price. As I just realized that I'm not streaming on this one. Whoops. Yuck. 1 second. 10-second delay. All right. That was more than 10 seconds. All right, there we go. All right, perfect. All right. Anyway, sorry about that. But benefited from record high property shortages, demand for our outpaced supply that has crippled the raw material and labor shortages. Let's see here. We have, of course, yesterday, AMC did have earnings. The company's chief said on Monday the theater chain is in talks with Hollywood studios to launch an NFT after the company handedly beat estimates for quarterly revenue as moviegoers return to the big screen. The company said it was exploring launching its own cryptocurrency and selling its own brand of popcorn in grocery stores. On a share basis, it lost 44 cents, and analysts are expecting a 53-cent loss. Revenue rose to 763 million from the 119 million, beating estimates of 708 million. Absolutely bonkers. And to be honest with you guys, I think retail saved I don't think they did. They saved AMC. That company was they literally saved
off the grips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from what what was going to happen to them via market makers, that is something that they do. Like they go short on these companies. These companies can't, they have no, can't make any money via the stock market, can't sell shares, can't do anything like that, and then you end up, if your stock falls as you do, you have nothing to fall back on, nothing to look at. So, has Wish had its earnings? That's a good question. I forgot that Wish had earnings. Doesn't look like. Wait, hold on. I think we said that was 10th. Yeah, it's the 10th, so it's tomorrow.
AMC did what the retail investors did for GameStop and AMC. Yeah. It basically took the claws of Wall Street away from them because we all know damn well AMC was going to bankruptcy, or they already were, but they were going to go even worse.
Yeah, everything was going to get worse.
To the point of delisting. GameStop was in the same parade, except you remember. Gary, you remember, dude, we played it when the news started coming out.
It was $60. Yeah, we scalped it for half a second.
Yeah, it was 100%. The row we filled, we were up $100.
Yeah. I remember we were both screaming on live.
But no, it's just that. So what Wall Street Bets did was good. Everything was good. But has AMC basically decided to get some funding out of their shares? Have they sold shares or not?
He said he wouldn't do that without asking. So we will know if that ends up happening. He was 2 seconds away from getting out from under that. That man answered earnings or the phone call with his boxers on. So homie was in mid quit mode, and then retail saved his company.
Yeah. They're not gonna sell because they're gonna have an SEC investigation on their hands. That's literally the reason why. There's no other reason why they wouldn't sell. I mean, if it wasn't for the apes or the SEC getting involved to that point, they would have sold all that shit.
Yep.
Would have been the margin call over again.
All right. Just a few things to look at, guys. We have the economic calendar for today. We have the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index, Fed Bueller's Monetary Policy Limits. What limits? Producer Price Index, Red Book Chain Store, Jerome Powell speech at 9 o'clock. Fed daily speech at 11:35. We have the 10-year note auction results of 39 billion at 1 p.m. and the Fed Kashkari speech at 1:30. So that's your economic calendar for today. Obviously, core PPI already happened. We already got that. It's earnings today. So we do have a SHLU. Looks like it is not the 17th. I'm about to read out next week's earnings on y'all. Okay, so this the 9th, and we currently have NEO. After the bell, Workhorse, which just probably reported. That one's probably in the pennies now. It seems like it just does nothing but fall. Plug Power after the bell as well. A lot of smaller but have risen to be end up being bigger companies such as Coinbase. Some big movers. So Fubo, Kodak. Oh God, it's $7. Candy actually has earnings. I'm curious on that one. Unity, Upstart, and a few other ones to keep your eye on. So we'll stay after hours and go over some earnings, but really we get a little bit more exciting here on the 10th. So other than that, I will go over my watch list after the admins do. But Manny's going to go over if you guys are new, just to let you know, Manny is going to be scalping. Okay, he's the 5-minute workday. He's going to be that's what. So if you don't know how to scalp, he's going to give you guys his levels, or you could just listen to them and learn from them. But go ahead, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing first that I do want to say, especially for those that are new, I have a really hard like time trading breakouts now. Gary can tell you, I used to only trade breakouts upside or downside. But when I said ever since I switched my trading style to basically following, technical traders, it's been very hard for me to be comfortable to say, okay, guys, take AMD over 155. Like when I say that, I feel bad just saying it because the odds of it going and the odds of it not going, it's there's a chance it's not gonna go versus that it is. The reason why I trade bounce trades and everything of like scalping or whatever, it's pretty simple. When you fill into any positions, right? When you fill at the breakout, your position is gonna be jacked up roughly 20% or so in premium value. Why do I say that? It's simple. Take a trade, let it break out, let it fake the breakout, let it pull back, go down 20%, and there you're gonna be like, okay, this is gonna end up like, pulling back. I'm gonna sell. So when you sell, right, you sold it to some technical guy that was waiting for the pullback to buy, and then you sold it. Now you lost 20% of the trade. Some other guy bought it. The position goes up again, and this time it breaks out. So that is why I trade how I trade. Just because I want to profit out of that extra 20% plus, the rest of whatever the move is. So that's just getting that out of the way. The second question before I go over the watch is the trade station limit hit and take. So that's a way. This is like a little thing that trade station has for the limit orders, right? So the hit and take basically means if the ask is 535 and the bid is 530, you're gonna obviously fill at the ask, right? But let's say the ask is 535 and then the bid is 515. Trade station will try to fill you at the bid. They will try to give you the best available price. Now, if the stock is literally going bananas, this doesn't mean you're gonna fill right at the mid. You're gonna get filled on the ask. So the hit and take basically helps you, so you don't have to be looking for a mid, but there is still the chance of if there's momentum and the stock is already moving, you're gonna end up getting filled on the ask. It's just a little program so you avoid not getting filled. Listen, I get partial fills all the time. I have tried to like 20 lot right on momentum, and I have gotten filled 2, which is the most frustrating thing you can ever imagine for it to happen. And then I have gotten, partial fill 1, even to that point. So what I like to do is if I get a partial fill, I stay a bit patient. I don't just hit the send again and let whatever happens happens. If I get a partial fill, I'd rather wait or just close out that position and wait for a pullback if I want. But the limit hit and take is actually pretty useful in general, and it's I think it's one of the best features that TradeStation has. Their worst feature is how expensive their data is. It's ridiculous.
What about the demon guy? Order rejected.
You know you can change that to scoping?
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, so I looked it up.
I'm gonna tweet
Literally,
it.
I was like, how can I stop the PTSD of the order filled guy?
I wake up in the middle of the night. Order filled. I'm all sweaty. Oh god.
Can you screenshot that hidden take feature? So whenever you set up a hotkey, dog, if you don't use hotkeys, I can send you the same video that I sent my dingus. That dude, I mean, the guy's a complete tool, but he's pretty good at explaining how to set up, your broker pretty much. So I got you. I'll send that over. But okay, let me just go over my watch list real quick. I don't want to take up more time. So I'm looking at AMD more than NVIDIA for a bounce. NVIDIA is just like sentiment. AMD is not. AMD has the actual catalyst news. So what am I expecting for the stock at open for everything that's good for it to just do a little pullback to those levels that I'm seeing and then reverse and then continue up. So the first break on AMD will obviously be 155. If you fill at the bounce, that means that at 155 take some profits. And then if you want, this is what I'm saying. If you want, you could enter a more out the money position, assuming it's going to keep going. From what I can see on AMD, and I don't want to jinx it, I think AMD is going to bounce and go straight to 160 at the open. Like I said, I don't want to jinx it, but you got to remember, AMD happened a bit in like the afterglow. People did MVP, a little bit of FOMO, people waiting on this. So let's hope that they give us a nice leg up.
Yo, that looks good. When you have a chance, when you're done with your watch list, will you go take a look at Roblox on the 4-hour? Personally, just candlestick analysis. I don't think it has much, but I think that we could see it's going to be hot. It's a social sentiment stock. It's the metaverse stock. It's the sentiment or the catalyst, potentially you've got AMD or NVIDIA, AMD, working with Facebook, their metaverse, that's causing, a ripple effect. So you have like metaverse stocks that are hot. But I just posted a little picture. Those are the 4-hour candles. You have a really nice, almost dragonfly doji there, and then just a nice push back up. You're sitting right at that body at $99. So maybe even a wick fill at the open, even though it just ripped off a Minecraft. Wait, why Minecraft? What do you mean? Roblox was.
Do you want to see a Roblox chart? Look at this. I have fib levels, like extensions since the IPO.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at how the extensions were hit perfectly, dude. Tell me that's not crazy, bro. That's for people that say that Fibonacci doesn't work. Yeah. Look at that rejection.
Bet. No, I like that a lot. I personally have a price target of 120, but that's not like today. But I swung it. I'm really picky. Yeah, Manny's talking. I'm really picky with my earnings place. Can't hear him. Can hear you. Try to click on his name. See if you can unmute him. Mute him.
Oh, correct.
Does anybody need the Zoom link?
So going back to it, guys, one of the main reasons why I think AMD is going to be, better, obviously Catalyst, even though they're both at all times high, I feel a lot more comfortable trading AMD than I do NVIDIA. NVIDIA has been running way too hot recently. AMD just started running hot. And also, there's a high OI on the 160 call. So it's like I said before, higher OI on specific strikes, they're like magnets. Hedge funds will be in option trades, and then the other side of the fund will be bringing the price up. All of this is completely legal, by the way.
Oh, it's all legal. Shouldn't be.
No, that's so weird. Let me exit and come back. Hold on. Dan, can you hear me now?
No, you don't have to be in Zoom.
Oh, she can hear me now. That's good.
That's weird, but
Hey, those wigs, I here. Let me fucking grab a screenshot real quick because I'm sure you guys all get confused as fuck when you see those again. I know I'm not here on a lot. Please excuse my cursing. I can't help it. I was bored with this mouth. Hold on. I want to show you guys what exactly happened. If hopefully it's right, bringing the sales caught the print. What exact time was that wig? Sorry, 8:40. Oh, you guys, my print didn't catch that. Oh, yeah, it did. There you go. Okay, so that wick on AMD was a large print below the bid. Basically, somebody decided to flush the bid at 150. You guys should see it there. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the fifth one, the lighter, like pinkish salmon color one.
I'm waiting on Bunko to partner with Roblox.
It's super weird when they do happen, but they happen. I don't know what else to say about them, but just don't get like freaked out by them. If it helps, TradeStation didn't catch that giant wick. TradingView is usually the one that draws the actual wick. You know, it wasn't really something to consider.
Zebo, yeah, I agree. But
all right, so I'm good with my watches, like I said.
AMD, right?
Yeah, I expect AMD to make a really nice run. The fact that wig was to 150 makes me happy, very happy.
I like that it's holding it and holding 150 in pre-market, and Nvidia having news helps. Nvidia, if you go look at the wick in pre-market,
price target, right?
Yeah. So we can look for a potential leg up. I'm a little concerned, I'll be honest with you, the fact that Nvidia has a gap from yesterday, and it just in pre-market, now it's not verified, but like it's kind of double topping, it's rejecting that same mark. But I'm looking at that wick in pre-market, and it shows a lot of strength, so we'll see what happens. But if we do see a pullback today, which it could be a market maker upgrade on Nvidia, like you usually talk about, providing some liquidity. Yeah, so looking for a little bit of liquidity, fill that gap, and then buy the dip, rip it. No, you're fine. You're fine.
So an example of liquidity fund, it's actually pretty funny. Let's say bad news came out in the company, out of nowhere, boom, Goldman comes out. No, we think that this company is worth double its trading value. That's a fucking liquidity hunt, man. They're looking for liquidity so they can dump their positions. Has nobody ever noticed what happens when, okay, why is the stock running out of nowhere? News articles, news articles, news articles. It's what it is. They're looking for liquidity. This is normal market maker. I need to like link market maker confessions so all you guys can like read and hear that. But at the same time, I don't want to link it because this will literally affect the way you trade. Gary can tell you, Alice can even tell you, this shit fucked up my head for a good 3 weeks. So I finally, started understanding what was happening and put everything back there. But yeah, I mean, like I have a client that was a previous market maker. Imagine a market maker, he lives in Fisher Island. Isn't that awesome?
Look at how many people are ready to ruin their lives. They're like, send the link.
And he told me like that. He was like, when you guys trade, what you guys think is a game that you guys are just trying to chase a candle, like for us is, we're just exchanging money between one another. Literally like that. Mm-hmm. He said, we're just exchanging money from this guy's here, these guys there, these guys there. But we're doing it at a very fast pace, and I'm like, you don't say.
These things happen in milliseconds. It's crazy. Real quick, if you guys remember, first of all, Sophie is running in pre-market. Not quite sure what the catalyst was on that one, but not big, but it's moving up. That one has earnings soon. HLBZ, they have wicked up. They haven't seen any continuation from the news, but they reported a partnership with My Securio in Italy will allow devices available for rent through the I'm going to stop trying, through their app. So there you go. Also, Moderna reports file to expand conditional marketing authorization for COVID-19 vaccine, which will include children 6 to 11. Gang. EV charging stocks have gone so parabolic in the last 2 days, they'll be good candidates for short. Absolutely. I'm telling you that you still have plug earnings, which is going to be one of the bigger ones. I personally, Dude, I think that Plug. I'm gonna set up my own little thing on it, but I saw block trades coming in on Plug last night, dude. All at the point of control. 1.2 million, 1.4 million
That's
shares, dude. Like,
heavy. Georgie, I think my average is below 19.
Oh my god, dude, amazing. Yeah, and
Georgie, morning. Morning.
Why can I hear Georgie?
It's 2 p.m. over there, right? Yeah, I know.
One of our members is from Hungary, and he was telling me that when I come out there, he gets started. The bell opens at 3. I was like, what? Like, and closes at 10. I was like, dude.
Yeah. Dude, think about it. Like, look, you're over there in London, right? You wake up normal at 9, whatever. You trade the opening of London session. By 2:30, you trade the US Open, and then you go on with your day. Bro, it's the best place to live if you think about it. Over here. Oh, I thought you said 3 in the morning.
Here, anybody in the Discord, there's the Zoom link. If you guys can't get in, which seems like nobody's having a problem so far. Dude, I had a dream last night that you could dude, this is bad. I had a dream last night that I was going through like like the old version of a Rolodex, but it was Roblox or Discord's like upgrade options, and like one of them was like 300. Like I was like basically like Zoom, and I was like scrolling through. It was weird. It was a weird dream, but I was like, wow, I'm literally dreaming about upgrading the voice chat on Discord. This is not good.
I think you need a vacation.
I think so, dude. I think we're there. All right, I'll leave you guys to it. I'm gonna go refill really quickly, but I'll let you guys go over your watch list. So
AMD bounces, dude. AMD looks insanely aggressive. So if it flushes the bid, it's gonna be one of the most frustrating things I'm gonna ever experience recently. But it looks pretty nice for a bounce. That's just what I'm like pretty much focused on. The rest of the video as well, you know, out of that nice target upgrade, it should also give a bounce all the way to 330 and then continue to more or less the 340 zone. You have those? Nice. That's the other one, dude. I was wondering. I woke up this morning and I'm like, there's another ticker that I'm missing to like trade. I always forget to put my those QS. I've been chatting QS since one time. I don't know how you do it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for QS, you could take the linear regression for like bounces, but I don't know. I don't like where it's at right now. So I have people doing it. I showed what they have. Yeah. And I put the 45 calls ocean jewelry. So yeah. And I don't know. I think I mean, the George
I was watching that too. I think
someone here yesterday and I started both Josh was going and BLBL was going. I felt like to keep an eye on learning up the community like that. I don't know if someone here if this thing is out like pretty much. Can you update that card right here?
do what?
I remember you and Nick was oh, I bought some, by the way. I forgot to tell you guys. Yeah,
That's right. Rivian IPOs today, y'all. I forgot. You got pre IPO on Rivian?
Yeah.
I ordered. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That sounds like my fiance owns that company. Just kidding.
EVGO, up big and pretty, naked, big and pretty, and AKB.
I think Roblox is because look, it's bouncing now again. I think it's gonna give us a nice setup, bro. But it really like needs to pull. If it goes straight up at the open, it's gonna reject and pull back. Like it really needs to retest like 90s, 92s, 95s around there. I'm sorry.
Who's that? If you guys are on Zoom, I need you guys to make sure that you mute yourselves before you come on or once you get off on. Mostly for your protection, because I know you probably, who knows what.
Yeah, we want to hear your wife yet.
Yeah. Not right now. After hours, we'll entertain it, but not right now. All right.
I'm watching minor stocks, watching Sun. They have earnings coming up in December, so potentially looking for earnings run up play. Net, Roblox, TTD, AMD. I can watch this for a second.
So I'm gonna keep watching to add more backwards and not them, but I believe that 3D breakfast technology was something to watch for the future.
I agree.
So I thought was to add the 3D printing stocks to your portfolio, not them.
Georgie,
Not that price.
Georgie, can I send you a mic, a new one like mine? Like a, yeah. Do you want one?
What?
So that way you're nice and loud. Because I think, huh?
Okay, I'll buy one. Don't worry.
No, I mean it's you don't have to.
A
But
Yeti,
buy.
a Yeti Nano mic, Georgie. I don't know that have those over there. Those are good.
He does have a soothing voice. He has a soothing voice, but it's quiet.
This is how I speak if I'm normally like. I'm calm, quiet.
Yeah, dude, you could tell Georgie's calm and quiet, dude, but he'll shoot the shit out of you.
My God.
The shirt SM7B light's really good too. I got that.
You got
I'm
a lot
on it right now, but yeah.
I'm not even talking out of my Yeti. I'm talking out of my headset.
I could see like a position of opinion long term equity which could be minus 50 percent was, and I had more.
Yeah.
So this is how I am. But
Good monotone, dude. No pain.
No pain. So do you guys cover everything on your watch list?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. You said pen?
yeah, I feel like there's one spot podcast we can do just a very, I think I don't remember which one you was.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off live. I gotta fit in my girl to what's happening and what I'm watching.
Word.
That's a good everybody.
All right, man.
Okay.
What?
Just started upgrading AMD apparently.
Oh, let's go.
Bush. Raise this price target. I don't know who we Bush is.
They're big. They're big enough to.
5G launch partner for
Nice.
Snapdragon Spaces in North America. That Sandy.
So Hertz Global. Wait, Hertz is an IPO expected for Tuesday? Are they hopping back in the NASDAQ?
That's in the OTC.
Yeah, but it says right here that they're moving into the NASDAQ. What? This doesn't make. I'm just so you guys don't think I'm crazy. I'm gonna screenshot this. This has got to. This has got to be wrong. Do you see that? They just posted the headline. um, mhm. So that's actually on a list of stocks that they are watching today, which Rivian, of course, I think that Rivian may end up adding to things like Lucid. Now, Lucid has the rest of a gap to fill. I've talked about this before. I think that we'll see a pullback. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to look like, but having the fuel charging stations, EV state or EVs, period, American-based EVs, EVGO, which just announced their partnership with GM, all of that adding to the sentiment. So right here on the daily time frame, we have a gap to fill on Lucid to $50.22. I am quite certain that either there or I have another market 52.65. One of those two marks will see a major rejection. And one of the things that I look for when when things are going too hard too fast is usually gap and goes. If we continue to gap and go, which we have left a lot of gaps or a decent sized gap below us, this all could fall in unison. If you go and take a look at Tesla, Tesla, I already have a mapped out projection right here. Could totally be wrong, but I think one way or another, it's still going to play out this way. Obviously, Elon can tweet something and change everything. We know this, so this is just my speculation. But I think that we'll gap fill that 1216 gap coming out of a pennant. And then, which is actually funny because even if it just faked out, it would still qualify for the gap fill. If it fills that gap, that's going to make an hourly Head and Shoulders. The neckline for that Head and Shoulders would be at 1140, and the target to the downside would be 1080. I Yeah, so that's really funny that you said that. So VLDR, those of you guys, I know that I don't know if anybody held this one or if they're still holding. This one is tapped around $8. There are oh my God. Uh I didn't see that, no. What did it got moved? I'll take a look at it. Oh, Workhorse. Net loss $81 million versus the $84 million same quarter loss last year. Looks like there's I'm not really sure. But anyway, VLDR obviously with running with potentially with laser, which has a news catalyst as well. So I think the whole entire EV sector is hot right now. People are talking about it right now. So there's still many targets to hit before we see an eventual downside. So you may even see Lucid, Tesla, all of these other ones finish their runs and then potentially pull back. So Lucid will be on watch to go and fill that gap. Scalpers, I may just watch Tesla and maybe aim for the downside. But you guys can potentially watch over that point of control, 1184, eyeballing the high or the gap, and then going into 1200 and then 1216 is where that gap fills. So where's the link to the Zoom room? Thank you. Besides that, as you guys know, I do have a Roblox position. This is one that I have been planning on playing for a while. Roblox is a stock of mine, and I know that some of you guys have positions as well. So, because you guys have positions, of course, you're going to be wondering where you should take profit. Well, you are going to be up over 100%. So anywhere, you can assess the strength right now in pre-market. We have a nice lower low, pulling back. We're bouncing, riding that 9. We still are liable to reject 102. Roblox is one of those stocks that, now this is new, is A, around all-time highs, but B, once it makes significant moves, i.e. here, tends to make for an easy target for the shorts seemingly. So Roblox excitement may end up pushing it into the 105s, 110s. And I may leave a few extra runners for that. But we've made a significant move here in pre-market. and I'll be waiting and watching to see if we can continue that. So one thing that I'd like to say is, I'm going to be watching a lot today, but I'm going to need to see really, really good movement, really, really good volume from whatever play that I take today, because the fact of the matter is that I'm going to be up and have hit my goal for my trading day just off of Roblox. So that is one of the things that I love the most about swing trading, or even period. Obviously, this is earnings, so there's more juice on this one. But regardless, this is one that I will be watching over pre-market highs, which are yesterday's highs, which is 105, above 105 with great volume. I would expect to see the 110. So anyway, aside from that, you guys can see I've got Tesla, Lucid, Netflix. I also have a few more. I have Snapchat at the moment that I am watching with Twitter. So Twitter, if you go look at Twitter, I never look at, I don't think I've ever even told you about this, but whenever I look at any stock, I always go look at the partner of it or the sympathy stock. Like, usually in analysis, like doing my own analysis, and I look for catalyst in the sector rather than just catalyst with the stock, because oftentimes it's just the sector movement that is good enough for me, or for good movement to the upside. So that being said, looking at Twitter right now, you can see, stepping back out to the hourly, about the same. You've had a really big fall off of earnings. You're sitting right up against your major moving averages. Snapchat is above its 9, and I do have a target today of $57. You can see it's the tip of the whole ribbon indicator, and also you can see this nice wick right here, a previous rejection point. What? So I also like to say, Roblox is, if you are in Roblox and it pulls back, you're going to lose a good bit of your money, because IB is going to have you jacked up. That's one of the reasons why the majority of my positions are going to be off the table immediately. As soon as this bell rings, you're going to hear order filled immediately, because I cannot sit around and watch my money. I've seen this story too many times. So if I leave a runner, or when I leave a runner, it's going to be probably the out of the money $100 call that's going to be in the money, but the $90 calls, I'm going to be hanging on to, or taking profit on. So yeah, you're up 450%, so, or more. But that straddle. So the thing about it is, if Roblox does show weakness, I'm not selling the puts. They're going to be smoked, period. So it's probably one of those things where hopefully we get a nice pop up to the upside, and then maybe we even pull back, around 50%. So of the candle, not the entire stock. So all right. Other than that, ATER is running in pre-market right now. Sophie reports partnership financial planning associations to provide exclusive access to suite of financial solutions. Okay, that was really ambiguous. There we go. I'll tweet that article out, copy it for you guys. But there we go. Make sure everybody's muted. Okay.
GFED halted for news. Golf Foxtrot Echo Delta.
Other than that, guys, I have some alerts set. I did have a PLTR on watch, potentially with the earnings drop. I think that dip could get scooped up rather quickly. If you see right here, you've dropped pretty hard down to the bottom of this demand zone. So below 25, things could get rough. But I will be watching PLTR. I've got a couple different alerts set on this one. So Microsoft with the Qs, by the way, I am watching this one over 338 for a pop into the 340s. If the Qs move, there's a tight range on Microsoft, 338 basically to 335. Below 335, 334.83, then we can probably expect for a pullback down to 333.50. So I did enter VINO in pre-market. This one's kind of been chopping around here, but I entered a small position. I'm going to continue to hold it. My entry will likely be my exit. I could take profit here, but I didn't enter a big enough position, so I'm looking to scale in on that one. But other than that, you guys, if you took Rolly's call, his EVGO swing trade, that one also had news with GM, so that one has gapped up. Literally, I think it's close to, if not, okay, it's not all-time highs, but 52-week highs, definitely. It's up at $17.88. Absolutely phenomenal gain from the $13.65 close from last week. So,
tweeting Virginia election outcome endangers marijuana legalization rollout.
marijuana moment. All right, and also on the side, I'm also watching SQ, just because of PayPal, but this one just watching 240 area, watching for a bounce. So, all right, let me go ahead and you keep your eyes peeled on Facebook as well. Metaverse movement. You could see a move on that one. I would watch 340, 250. So Hall, that's a great question. My strategy usually always is to so Boston Properties is the first time. This was years ago. I ended up playing Boston Properties, and I had like $100 calls. It was a great earnings. I feels like a couple years ago. I'm not sure, but I had like $100 calls, and I took out I think like $80 puts or maybe even $70 puts. This thing actually dumped on earnings, and then it was one of those dumps where my puts were up like 100, and I think it was like 198%. My calls were down, but I noticed that people were buying the crap out of them. Like the IV was pushing up on them, open interest was moving. So I held on to my calls, and it ended up rebounding in the next 2 days to fill the entire earnings gap and put my calls a day after in the money. So I actually had a two-way play. So like literally, which is really rare. I don't ever expect for that ever to happen, but I usually will evaluate the percentage loss on those contracts. And if anything, on the first pull, you will see a pullback after earnings. On the first pullback, I'll look to smoke those contracts. So, it's up to you whether you want to do that. Laser, I know that this is one that Georgie watches as well, but this one popped up this morning. It's actually awesome that you're going into pre-market with a fall. So you've made a big move and you've pulled back. I don't know if you guys hear me say this. You've pulled back 50% of that entire move. So, excuse me, I'd wait for a bounce there off of 23, but this one could make for an interesting play as well. Laser was a heavily shorted stock as well. So, alrighty, well, that is about it for me. Oh, interesting. Goosies to participate in the 12th Animal Augmented World Expo US event on November 11th or 9th and 11th, excuse me. Johnny Lightning woke up this morning just to hop on TikTok and call me a dummy. I love you, Johnny. That's more humorous than insulting. Have a good day, dummy. All right. Look at TSM. Look at it. Look at it. I actually did a video breakdown on TSM this morning. Out of all of the companies that are not seeing breakouts,
54.75 DAR, Darling Ingredients, out with their earnings report. Darling Ingredients.
All right. Anyway, there's a range on TSM. Basically above 125.75 is where you're going to want to see a small gap get filled to 133. But otherwise, the semiconductor ETF has been running, and you haven't really seen a departure from the point of control, which is at 118. My opinion on TSM is there's a lot of outside influences that are continuously affecting their price action, and not just to word it straightforwardly, like potential war with China is probably not like the best financial opportunity for TSM. You know, it's not good. I don't know if anybody heard me earlier. There's the stock Quantum, QTUM. They're like one of the finalists. Or excuse me, though, that is the Defiance Quantum ETF. But we do have Quantum's another stock called Quantum that's actually running up here. It's a finalist.
Elbit Systems, UK subsidiary, awarded $100 million contract to provide electric warfare capabilities to the Royal Navy. That's Echo Sandy Lima Tango, ESLT.
Yo, there's this dude who always calls me a sausage, and on everything that he comments on, and he comments on everybody's post everywhere, and he says, "Do your research on Rolls Royce, you sausages." And yesterday we had some Rolls Royce news, and I immediately thought of that guy. I was like, "Damn, that guy's like literally branded himself." That's the only thing that he says. Yeah, QUBT. HD just got a price target raise. Morgan Stanley maintains overweight on Home Depot, raises price target to 370, which is not far from where it's at already. So, SeaWorld Entertainment misses estimates. Alrighty.
ATPR, a Korean company for $5.68. Alpha Tango Echo Romeo, ATER.
NDA. Sorry guys. Those of you on YouTube, I'll take a look at whatever you guys were talking about. So NDA. What is this? Is this even in our market? Wait. SeaWorld sucks. Yes, NEGG neg did pop up yesterday. I think that's a short squeeze candidate. If you're watching AMD TSM, yeah, AMD looks good. Where do you check different sectors? So you go over here and you, well, not on my screen, but on whatever screen you're at. And then you can go to, we'll see stock heat map on screeners. And then you will get a sector breakdown here. Transportation, process industries, technology, finance, health, consumer services. Oh, speaking of, that reminds me, I have alert set on Starbucks for potential bounce back from yesterday's fall. So watching that one above 115 today, and I'm gonna go set another alert on that one with some good volume potentially to go and fill some more gaps. So maybe another long. EVGO was a swing from yesterday, so obviously it's got all-time highs to go now, but I'll take a look at it. Hold on, I'm trying to see what this person. Check out NDA. Is that like a crypto? Am I? As long as it's not SHIB. I'm not really sure what this is, but I'll chart it anyway. Okay, this is in the Canadian market. There's no way. You definitely want me to do this one. There's not enough data here for me to really analyze, but you're definitely seeing a ton of selling pressure. You popped up to 43. It looks like a run pull.
NEON.
Personally, I mean, this you literally ripped to $44 and then just dumped all the way to 14. Looks like a run pull. Yeah, sorry guys, I also have requests in the Discord as well. So you're gonna have another gnarly gap. I would say EVGO 1950 is a good target. The bottom of this zone here, 1950, 1975. So AMD got a price target upgrade as well. So to the moon. All right. So thank you guys on YouTube. Sorry, we are going to go ahead and hop in the Discord and keep it moving. Go ahead and start our trading day. Make sure you guys have a trading plan. Make sure you guys, if you feel anxiety about a position that you're in, it's probably because you don't have a plan, you don't have a entry, exit, and a stop loss. And so key things to look for, or key things to try and accomplish, is to actually figure out how to do that. So if you guys have any questions or looking for educational material, that is in the Discord link. There's free educational content, with more being worked on as we speak. So it's worth hanging out in there. But anyway, good luck on your trading day. And I will possibly, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do a just regular live tonight, but just if you guys follow me on Twitter, I will let you guys know there. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful morning. Hopefully you guys have a green day, and we'll see you guys. Peace.